Getting flamed for hyping the Changxiang 1990 Pro Max's gaming performance, I'm telling you, is totally normal. When I got this phone, I really didn't understand why they'd hype its gaming. It just inexplicably created a lot of desire to share. My buddy bought the 8+256 Snow Jade White for $19.99. If you have a national subsidy, it should be $16.90. Actually, this price really has a lot to say. As soon as I got my hands on it, I'm telling you, this phone really looks quite mate-like. To put it simply, it looks very premium. You can see the golden Huawei logo, and above it is an Oreo-style camera module. Below this camera module, they even added a red ring embellishment. This is a very clever design, and for its target users, we believe it has great appeal. But the biggest surprise this product gave me came from the screen on the front. Visually, the bezels are quite narrow, even giving a feeling of equal bezels on all four sides. And this screen, we tested it, manual brightness hits 760 nits. And this viewing angle, come on, see for yourselves, it's truly flawless. It's hard to imagine that one day I'd use crystal clear to describe a Changxiang screen. How to praise its screen? I thought about it. Are there any Samsung friends here? Maybe buy a Changxiang 90 Pro Max, take it back and study how we can improve the S27 Ultra's screen. At this point, some might say, aren't you just hyping it up? Sir, what was saying? Oh, the phone certainly has its drawbacks. For instance, this plastic midframe, its quality is quite ordinary, and the side fingerprint sensor uses a rotor motor. That buzzing sensation, we haven't really encountered it in a long time. But the most controversial part of the phone is how the Kirin 8000 performs with 8GB of RAM. We kept up with current events and first tested Honor of Kings. We enabled high performance mode. For Honor of Kings, I maxed out all graphic settings for 20 minutes. The average frame rate was 115 with 6% lows over 50 FPS. Crucially, it started lagging when selecting heroes. However, once in-game playing solo, 120 FPS was fine in single character scenes. Major frame drops occurred during team fights. We also noted power consumption reached 4.1 watts. To be honest, this game's performance, if you compare it to those highly cost-effective mid-range phones, it really can't compete. But if you compare it to budget phones, if you're going to compare it, then there's quite a lot to be said. So you really need to choose the right reference object. But I think this game's performance really doesn't need to be exaggerated to such an extent. Of course, as a phone from the Changxiang series, the most important thing is naturally how smooth its daily usage is, right? First, everyone, check out this desktop's transition animation. I must admit, the Red Magic 6 is truly impressive. This phone has something quite amazing. It only has 8GB of RAM, and the background management interface can only display 10 apps at most. But we tested it, and even if I open 15 apps and then go into a secondary interface, this guy can keep 12 to 13 of them running. This level of performance is absolutely worth praising. If I were to praise this phone, I would definitely highlight this feature.
You mentioned two good things, so what are the bad ones?
It's also quite simple, mainly focusing on the fluidity within the app itself, especially in scenarios that require loading. For example, when we open a newly installed app, and then you'll notice frame drops when you scroll or unresponsive stuttering situations. And it's actually quite common. I believe there's significant room for improvement. To be honest, this Changxiang 90 Pro Max is truly difficult to evaluate. There are many people who don't want to see it succeed, but there are also quite a few who blindly praise it. This phone's market positioning is clearly offline, boasting an excellent screen, good speakers, and a very premium look, and with the Red Magic 6's support, I believe it can sell very well. But online, look at what everyone discusses daily. How does this phone play Genshin Impact? Fine, buddy, aren't you completely missing the point? Considering the current intensely competitive environment and the past performance of Changxiang phones, I believe this Changxiang 90 Pro Max is already very impressive, but it often These kinds of comments, like other manufacturers shouldn't sell, should really be heard less often. It genuinely attracts a lot of negative attention. For this phone, we believe that everyone doing well and succeeding is truly the best. Don't you think? Bye now.